Hey, 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 young America. Hope you all enjoyed your great weekend. We're already in the month of August. Can you guys believe it? Like, this year is seriously flying by. We're in month 9 of 2014. It was literally just January and now it's August. So, yes, we are all facing the facts that the year is passing, life is passing, we're getting older and just moving forward. Well, my name is Jasmine Jones and I am here with the weekly address to young Americans. And this show is sponsored by an organization called YOU, which stands for Young, Organized, and United. All right, so today's show is focused for all of my young professionals who are heading back to school. Yes, so exciting, I know. Well, the big thing is that this is going to be a big change, right? Like, you're going back to really make a big investment in your career, which is huge. You're going to either go for your master's or your PhD, whichever one. This is going to be your time to really step it up, because when you come out, it's going to be only bigger and better things. So I wanted to take some time, since it is that back to school time and we're all feeling the jitters and the Target commercials and going back down memory lane about what we used to do in college and all that great stuff. Well, today's show is focused on that and some of the ways we can look into how not to repeat some of the crazy habits and mistakes we made in undergrad that we didn't take advantage of when we were there. So what I want to do is talk to you about a few of those things that just so that when you're going back, there's some things at the top of your mind you're considering to really make this experience worth it and golden and everything you could imagine. So let's go ahead and let's dive into it. All right, so the very first one is, now that you're going back to school, when you remember how when you were younger you used to hate doing group work, like group work was so freaking sucky? Well, yeah, because somebody wouldn't pull their weight and there was a lazy person in the group and then someone talked too much and people were off habit, whatever the case may be. Well, the thing is that might not change in this next round of things. However, you have to look at it differently. Now you're coming together in a cohort full of people who have life enriching experiences that can really build a true network for you. So don't just look at it as group work, look at it as net group working. That's a new word. I'm just making it up, but you get what I mean. So the fact is that when you have a cohort of people, they were selected to be in your class amongst thousands of applicants. So there's clearly something special about them. So when it's time to go into group work, try not to shy away and say, I hate working with people, but actually embrace it, because the people you could be working with could be your next business partner, or they could find the cure for AIDS. And let me tell you, I would want that person to be my friend. So the point is when you go into when you go back to school, make sure that you take on those little things that you used to hate, like group work, and look at it with a different eye. And hopefully that plays a different role in how you're able to build relationships and further your life experiences through the people you know, which is your cohort. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is something that we used to always do in college, where there were some of us who pushed the limit in college and they were able to go out of the country and see the world, or they did internships in other states and cities. And then there are a lot of us who didn't quite get that opportunity. Now, it could have been the lack of knowledge and not knowing things were out there. It could have been the lack of funds and not being able to afford it. It could be a lot of reasons why we didn't do it in college. However, for all of those who get that second chance, especially those of you who are coming from a 40-hour work week, where we know when we get on our work grind, when you get the chance to have vacation, that's like, I can't even get the words, because we all know that it is very hard to take a vacation when you're on your work grind, as well as it just costs too much a lot of times. So as young people, we do staycations, we do all these alternatives, blah, 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 blah. Point blank, if you go back to school, you have the opportunity to push the limit on anything that you choose, because there's so many things to choose from when it's time for internship season, whether it's summer, whether it's a fall break or spring break. So my vote to you is, don't be that college kid that just misses out on everything and doesn't get a chance to do it. Go out there and push the limit and pick an internship in a place you've always dreamed of going, because you know what? If you do it now, while it's low in cost and can benefit you, call it like a learn vacation or a learncation, whatever you want to call it, go ahead and take it now, because when you graduate, boo-boo, it's going to be a whole nother ball game. Now, I'm not saying that you won't get to travel and all of that, but doing it in a college setting puts a lot less pressure on it, and it's very invigorating and things like that. But point is, take the opportunities such as traveling to go ahead and get it out of the way now, and don't miss out on it, because those experiences will really benefit you when you come out. So that's my second tip. And my very last tip to everybody is to go with the winner mentality. All right, so the one thing we know is back when we were in college, we all wanted to compete. We come from our high schools and Penn University, we were top of the class and all of that. So we come to school, and then, through time in college, you start to recognize it's not that deep, right? And it is, you want to be successful and you want to be high achieving, but it's not this thing of cutthroat, I'm the best, I'm the top. Well, what I want to say to that is that when you go into grad school, now no, I have not been there, so please understand, I'm just telling you from what I would think if I was going back to grad school. But the point of this is, when you go in this time, no, don't become that crazy person that rips text pages out of a book, but more so take it for all that it is. And I want you to take it from this lens. And this is a story that I personally have. But when I was undergrad, I had to always deal with figuring out how I was going to pay for tuition every single semester. And it was freaking annoying. And the thing is that I think it was important for me because I really understood how big of an investment this thing is. And that I can't go here and play around. I can't go here and act, just live. Like, I'm paying for every single thing, therefore I'm going to get 100% of my investment back. So that's what I'm saying to you guys, is when you go in here, know that this is a big investment and that you're going to be putting a lot into it, so you need to take it all for what you can get. So that means going and joining 1 or 2 student groups. Don't be crazy, but hey, your student fees pay for them, you might as well do it. Eat free lunches in the cafeteria, do all the things that you can do and really embrace and enrich your experience, because you have got to definitely make every second count, because this is not a cheap investment, and this is going to be the last time, or maybe the last time, that you go back to school. So take it for all it is, go in there as a winner and take it and leave it and be like, that was the best experience I ever had. So hopefully that makes a little sense to everyone out there, and hopefully there is one thing I said that you could really take away with. But I want to wish you the best time going back to school, and that you go in there and you take it for all that you've got and you come out being the winner that you are. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.